Today I am taking lecture on solid waste, sources and controlling rules. Solid waste. Solid waste means any garbage, refuse, sludge and other discarded materials including solid and semi-solid resulting from different sources and activities. The major categories of solid waste generation are municipal waste, industrial waste, hazardous waste, agriculture waste and biomedical waste. Now municipal waste. These solid waste comprise refuse, garbage, rubbish and trash category. Refuse refers to non-hazardous solid waste from the community. It requires collection and transporting of refuse to processing or disposal site. Garbage comprises items that are highly decomposable, means these are the putrescible, like the food waste. So what we are waste comes from the kitchen of the household. So these are the vegetable and meat scrap etc. Rubbish contains mostly dry, non-decomposable, non-putrescible material like the glass, rubber, tin cans and combustible materials like paper, textile, wooden article, etc. Trash is formed by that bulky waste material that generally requires special handling. It may not be needed to be collected on a routine basis. Trash includes articles like a mattress, television, refrigerator, large uprooted tree, slum, etc. Now industrial waste. Industrial waste are generated from the industrial activities or manufacturing processes. Here the sources and quantum of generation of some major industrial waste like the steel and blast furnace quantity 35 million tons per annum. This comes due to the conversion of pig iron to steel and manufacturing of iron. Like the other brain mud quantity generated as a waste 0.02 million tons per annum. Copper slag, fly ash, kiln dust, lime sludge, mica scraper waste, phosphogypsum, red mud or bauxite, coal washery dust and iron tailing. Coal ash. In general, a 1000 megawatt station using coal of 3500 kilocalories per kg and ash contained in the range of 40 to 50% would need about 500 hectares for disposal of fly ash for about 30 years operation. It is therefore necessary that fly ash should be utilized wherever possible to minimize environmental degradation. Integrated iron and steel plant slag. The blast furnace and steel melting shop slags in integrated iron and steel plants are at present dumped in the surrounding areas of the steel plants, making hillocks encroaching on the agriculture land. Although the blast furnace slag has potential for conversion into granulated slag, which is a useful raw material in cement manufacturing, it is yet to be practiced in a big way. Phosphogypsum. Phosphogypsum is the waste generated from the phosphoric acid, ammonium phosphate and hydrofluoric acid plant. This is very useful as a building material. At present, very little attention has been paid to its utilization in making cement, gypsum board, partition panel, ceiling tiles, artificial marbles and fiber board. Lime mud. Lime sludge, also known as lime mud, is generated in pulp and paper mills. The lime mud disposal by dumping into low-lying areas or into water courses directly or as runoff during monsoon. It is not only creating serious pollution problem but also wasting the valuable non-renewable resources. The reasons for not reclaiming the calcium oxide in the sludge after recalcination is that it contains high amount of silica. Red mud. Red mud as solid waste is generated in non-ferrous metal extraction industries like aluminium and copper. The red mud at present is disposed in tailing ponds for settling, which more often than not finds its course into the river, especially during monsoon. However, red mud has recently been successfully tried and a plant has been set up in the country for making corrugated sheets. This may replace asbestos which is imported and also banned in developed countries for its hazardous effects. Attempts are also made to manufacture polymer and natural fibers composite panel doors from red mud. Hazardous waste. It is anything which, because of its quantity, concentration, or characteristics, may contribute to increased mortality, illness, or hazard to human health and environment if it is not properly stored, transported, or disposed of. Following industries among the others are producing hazardous waste: ferrous or non-ferrous industries, foundries, fertilizer industries, cement industries, petroleum industries, chemical industries, dyes and dye stuff. Characteristics of hazardous waste. Waste are classified as hazardous if they exhibit any of four primary characteristics based on physical or chemical properties of toxicity, reactivity, ignitability, and corrosivity. Toxic waste. Toxic waste are those that are poisonous in small or trace amount. Some may have acute or immediate effects on human or animals, carcinogenic or mutagenic, causing biological changes in the children of exposed people and animal. Example: pesticides and heavy metals. Reactive waste. Reactive waste are those that have a tendency to react vigorously with air or water, are unstable to shock or heat, generate toxic gases, or explode during routine management. Example: gunpowder and nitroglycerin. Ignitable waste. Ignitable waste are those that burn at relatively low temperature, less than 60 degrees centigrade, and are capable of spontaneous combustion during storage, transport, or disposal. Example: gasoline, paint, thinners, and alcohol. Corrosive waste. Corrosive waste are those that destroy materials and living tissues by chemical reactions. Example: acid and base. Effects of hazardous waste. As most of the hazardous waste are disposed of inland, the most serious environmental effects is contaminated groundwater. Once groundwater is polluted with hazardous waste, it is very often not possible to reverse the damage. Sorry. The residues may persist in polychlorinated biphenyls, are concentrated in the kidneys and liver and cause damage. They cause reproductive failure in birds and mammals. Exposure can occur through ingestion, inhalation, and skin contact, resulting acute or chronic poisoning. Lead, mercury, and arsenic are hazardous substances which can often referred to as heavy metals. Most of the lead absorbed by people is stored in the bones. Lead can affect red blood cells by reducing their ability to carry oxygen and shortening their lifespan. Lead may also damage nervous tissue, resulting in brain disease. Mercury is used in production of chlorine and as a catalyst in the production of some plastic. Mercury buildup in body over long period of time is known to cause brain damage. Vinyl chloride is a chemical that is widely used in plastic manufacture. A long continuous exposure in humans, it can cause deafness, vision problem, circulation disorders, and bone deformities. Agriculture waste. The overuse of chemical fertilizer has created some environmental problems. The fertilizer enter the human system through the food chain. Food chain means first we grow the plant, then plant is eaten by us or another creature, and we eat that creature as a non-vegetarian. Then this is the food chain. The soil structure and fertility is also adversely affected due to excessive use of fertilizer. In addition, chemicals used in agriculture practice include herbicides, insecticides, fungicides like the in copper, zinc, mercury, and organic molecules, and farm manure like the copper in pig and poultry manures. Pesticides are resistant to biodegradation and can accumulate to critical levels through biomagnification. Chlorodan, another pesticide, remains in environment for more than 12 years. Agriculture waste also includes animal waste from feedlots and livestock yards. Paddy husk, crop residues, etc. are also included in agriculture waste. Biomedical waste. Biomedical waste means any waste which is generated during the diagnosis, treatment, or immunization of human beings or animals or in research activities pertaining for in the biological production or testing. Biomedical waste shall not be mixed with other waste. Biomedical waste shall be segregated into containers, bags at the point of generation prior to its storage, transportation, treatment, and finally disposal. The container shall be properly labeled. Untreated biomedical waste shall be transported only in such vehicles as may be authorized for the purpose by the competent authority as specified by the government. No untreated biomedical waste shall be kept stored beyond a period of 48 hours. If for any reason it becomes necessary to store the waste beyond such period, the authorized person must take permission of the prescribed authority and take measures to ensure that the waste does not adversely affect human health and the environment. So here are the categories of biomedical waste. Category 1, which having a treatment incineration or deep burial. This is the human anatomical waste, human tissues, organs, and body parts. Category 2, it can it also be treated with incineration or deep burial. We will discuss in later what is the incineration. Animal waste, like the animal tissues, organs, body parts, bleeding parts, fluid, blood, and experimental animals used in research, waste generated by veterinary hospitals, colleges, discharge from hospitals, animal houses. Category 3, local autoclaving or microwaving or incineration can be done for the disposal of this waste of in this biomedical waste of in category 3. Microbiology and biotechnology waste, like the waste from the laboratory cultures, stocks or specimens of microorganisms, live or attenuated vaccines, human and animal cell culture used in research and infectious agent from research and industrial laboratories, waste from production of biological toxin, disease and devices for transfer of culture. Category 4, disinfection, like the chemical treatment, autoclaving, microwaving and multi-agent threading. Waste sharps, like the needles, syringes, scalpels, blades and glasses. Category 5, incineration, required the treatment of incineration or destruction and drugs disposal in secure landfill, like example, discarded medicines and cytotoxic drugs. Cytotoxic drugs are waste comprising of outdated, contaminated and discarded medicine. Okay, category 6, it also can be disposed as incineration, autoclaving and microwaving. Solid waste, items contaminated with blood and body fluids including cotton, dressing, soil plaster cast, line bedding, other materials contaminated with blood. Category 7, disinfection by chemical treatment, autoclaving, microwaving and mutilation threading. Solid waste, waste generated from disposal items other than the waste sharps such as tubing, catheter, intravenous sets, etc. Category 8, disinfection by chemical treatment and discharge into drain. Liquid waste, waste generated from laboratory and washing, cleaning, housekeeping and disinfecting activities. Category 9, disposal in municipal landfill or incineration ash. Ash from incineration of any biomedical waste means what in any category we inserted the biomedical waste and the residue can be disposed in the municipal landfill. Category 10, chemical treatment and discharge into drain for liquid and secure landfill for solid. Chemical waste, chemicals used in production of biological, chemical used in disinfection iron as insecticide, etc. They may be disposed with the chemical treatment before discharging into the landfill or in any drain. Solid waste management rules 2016. Now this is the rule for the control the waste coming from the municipal area. The waste comes in the municipal area. The rules are applicable to municipal areas and extend to urban agglomerations, census towns, notified industrial township, areas under the control of Indian Railways, airports and air base, port and harbour, defence establishment, special economic zones, state and central government organizations and places of pilgrims, religious and historical importance. The source segregation of waste has been mandated to channelize the waste to wealth by recovering, reuse and recycle. Responsibilities of generator have been introduced to segregate waste into three streams. Wet, this is a biodegradable waste. Dry, this is the plastic, paper, metal, wood, etc., which can be recycled. And domestic hazardous waste like the diaper, napkins, empty container of cleaning agent, mosquito repellent, etc. And hand over segregated waste to authorized rag pickers or local bodies. Segregation of waste pickers, integration of waste pickers, rag pickers, and waste dealers, kawadiwala in the formal system should be done by state government and or self-help group, can be NGOs. The biodegradable waste should be processed, treated, and disposed of through composting or biomethanation within the premises as far as possible. The residual waste shall be given to the waste collectors or agency as directed by the local authority. New townships and group housing societies have been made responsible to develop in-house waste handling and processing arrangement for biodegradable waste. No person should throw, burn, or bury the solid waste generated by him on streets, open public spaces, outside his premises, or in the drain or water bodies. Generator will have to pay user fee to waste collector and for spot fine for littering and non-segregation. Used sanitary waste like diapers, sanitary pads should be wrapped securely in pouches provided by manufacturers or brand owners of these products or in a suitable wrapping materials and shall place the same in the bin meant for dry waste or non-biodegradable waste. The concept of partnership in Swachh Bharat has been introduced. Bulk and institutional generators, market associations, event organizers, and hotels and restaurants have been made directly responsible for segregation and sorting the waste and managed in partnership with local bodies. All hotels and restaurants should segregate biodegradable waste and set up a system of collection or follow the system of collection set up by local body to ensure that such food waste is utilized for composting or biomethanation. All residents welfare and market association, gated communities and institutions with an area more than 5,000 square meter should segregate waste at source into valuable dry waste like plastic, tin, glass, paper, etc. and hand over recyclable materials to either the authorized waste pickers or the authorized recyclers or to the urban local body. Every street vendor should keep suitable containers for storage of waste generated during the course of his activity such as food waste, disposal plates, cups, cans, wrappers, coconut shells, leftover food, vegetables, fruits, etc. and deposit such waste at waste storage depot or container or vehicle at notified by the local authority. The developer or special economic zone, industrial estate, industrial park to earmark at least 5% of the total area of the plot or minimum 5 plots per set for recovery and recycling facility. All manufacturers of disposal products such as tin, glass, plastic, packaging, etc. or brand owners who introduce such product in the market shall provide necessary financial assistance to local authorities for the establishment of waste management system. All such brand owners who sell or market their product in such packaging materials which are non-biodegradable should put in place a system to collect back the packaging waste generated due to their production. Manufacturers or brand owners or marketing companies of sanitary napkins and diapers should explore the possibility of using all recyclable materials in their products, or they shall provide a pouch or wrapper for disposal of each napkin or diapers along with the packet of their sanitary product. All such manufacturers, brand owners, or marketing companies should educate the masses for wrapping and disposal of their product. All industrial units using fuel and located within 100 km from a solid waste based RDF, RDF means refuse drive fuel plant, shall make arrangement within 6 months from the date of notification of these rules to replace at least 5% of their fuel requirement by RDF so produce. Non-recyclable waste having caloric value of 1500 calorie per kg, kilocalorie per kg or more shall not be disposed of in landfill and shall only be utilized for generating energy either or through refuse drive fuel or by giving away as feedstock for preparing refuse drive fuel. High caloric waste shall be used for co-processing in cement or thermal power plant. Construction and demolition waste should be stored separately, disposed of as per the Construction and Demolition Waste Management Rule 2016. Horticulture waste and garden waste generated from his premises should be disposed as per the direction of the local authority. An event or gathering organizer of more than 100 persons at any licensed or unlicensed place should ensure segregation of waste at source and handling over of segregated waste to waste collector or agency as specified by the local authority. Special provision for management of solid waste in hilly areas are like construction of landfill on the hill shall be avoided. A transfer station at a suitable enclosed location shall be set up to collect residual waste from the processing facility and inert waste. Suitable land shall be identified in the plain areas down the hill within 25 km of setting up sanitary landfill. The residual waste from the transfer station shall be disposed of at this sanitary landfill. In case of non-availability of such land, efforts shall be made to set up regional sanitary landfill for the inert and residual waste. So it is all about the solid waste sources and some rules regarding this solid waste. In coming lecture we will see the techniques or treatments, how we can treat the solid waste in a effective and efficient manner for the environmental in respect to environment and the human health. Thank you.